This is my first question, and don't laugh. Does the DOW have any evidence at all?
Okay, here's my first question. Don't laugh. It's like two girls getting their nails done. Okay, let me ask. We're like a sleepover. Okay. I have something to tell you. Don't laugh.
You were saying that she was mocking you and laughing at you when you literally framed the question in a mocking way. So I don't really see how that's fair.
Yeah, that's not why I did that. I didn't frame it in a mocking way to mock Candace Owens. I framed it in that way to distance myself from the question, so it didn't seem as though I was asking a ridiculously absurd question on my third day in the Pentagon press corps. It is a silly question.
Disingenuous, though, man.
I don't think it's disingenuous. Regardless, the information was the same. It didn't change the outcome of the answer at all. Do you think it did?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Because if you frame a question in a way that, if you took it seriously, right, and you're like, hey, I'm legitimately asking you if the Department of War has any information regarding this supposed assassination plot, and you lead the question in a humorous way, then it causes the person being questioned not to take it seriously at all.
Wait, so if somebody asked you, yeah, I do actually completely disagree. If somebody asked me a question like, let's say I'm at dinner with a friend of mine's family, and his family are liberal, and they said, ha, like, nobody could actually support this guy, right? And they're talking about Trump, right? Am I going to say, oh, yeah, no way? No, I'm going to say, well, actually, yeah, people do support this guy, right? So what I would expect is actually, hold up, pause. If Candace Owens, if there actually was a French assassination plot against Candace Owens, and I were to lead the question in that way and say, don't laugh, but is there an assassination plot against Candace Owens? And then she then says, yeah, we actually do have some evidence that this could be the case. Now I look like a fool and I still have to publish it. So, no, I don't see any issue with the way I did it. I'm not impartial. I'm biased. Everyone's biased. There's a reason I'm not a National Geographic photographer, and I've chosen to be a political journalist and, in the Pentagon press corps. It's because I'm obviously biased. That's a bias itself. Everything down to the way you angle your camera is a bias. The words you use when you write a story is bias. When you write a tweet, those are all bias, and no journalist can escape that. None. And anyone who tells you they can is lying, and you should stay away from that person. Candace certainly isn't impartial. Candace is very...
You ask another question?
Yeah, 1 second. Candace is very partial, and she's very biased, and she doesn't hide that either, to her credit. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't claim that she does. I was just curious if you think you're an impartial. No. Because I didn't like the framing of the question. It seemed a little ridiculous and disingenuous to me.
By the way,
again, it also goes back to the fact that you were upset with her for like mocking you, but you asked the question in somewhat of a mocking tone to the press secretary.
Sure,
so
and by the way, real quick,
it's disingenuous. And
by the way, real quick, that's a fair criticism. That's fine. Like what you're saying right now is a fair criticism. Honestly, it is.
I appreciate that.
I'm not impartial.
Like here's the thing with Candace, man. I grew up through 9/11. I'm sure you did as well. I don't know how old you are. And so many different events, COVID, man. Like, why should we trust the government, right? Why should we trust the government to give us the truth? No one believes the government. Candace seems to be the only person with the balls that's standing up and asking the right questions when nobody else did. She's saying, all these people that were apparently close to Charlie are just kind of taking the government's word for it. And I think that a lot of people, the reason that Candace has so many people watching her show every week is because we don't trust the government. And she's the only person that's standing up and questioning the narrative, asking the questions, doing like the dirty work. And you can say she makes all these claims, and that's fine. Sure, she is making claims. But at the same time, like those of us that have been paying attention and actually listening to her really appreciate what she's doing, because she's taking a stand against what has been this phony bullshit that the government always pushes us. These narratives where the rich keep getting richer. They have these staged events, and they kind of mark them off like they give you this bullshit narrative, and we're all supposed to just take it in stride and forget about it. And there's a tide that is turning now. Right, and not to be cliche, but it's literally like a turning point in the mainstream. Dude, she's talking about things like she's starting to bring up like the elite bankers, the Rothschilds, like this sort of elite group that everybody kind of like. It's always been these fringe theories, right? That like the Alex Jones tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists have always been kind of painted as. But she's bringing this stuff to the mainstream, and she's asking the right questions, man. And so to see people like you, who I was a big fan of yours for a long time, Cam, and to kind of see like the approach that you've been taking to this has been very disappointing for me. because I think she's doing the right thing. And whether she gets everything right or not is like, at least she's asking the question.
Well, that's important, though.
And pushing back.
That's important. And again, on this channel, we're dedicated to the truth. And if you're baselessly making claims without providing any evidence to them, and then when I debunk those claims, you baselessly attack me and lie about me, that's a problem for me. So I don't know what your contention with the way I'm handling this is, outside of me saying don't laugh before I ask Kingsley the question. That's a fair criticism. As I said, I'm not an impartial journalist. I've never claimed to be. I'm very biased. But I don't know what your criticism of the way I'm handling this is, because all I've said so far is that she's made a lot of claims, she's provided no evidence for them, and then she's baselessly attacked me when I've debunked those claims and not provided any rebuttal to them.